Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link and my official Instagram, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Gemini, I hope that you're doing well. This is a special series that I'm doing called Messages for the Lost. And before I go on, I feel a muting in my left ear, which indicates to me that your spirit guides and ancestors are present. I've been feeling a little lost lately, a lot lost. And I thought to myself, you know, maybe other people are feeling that way too. In fact, I'm pretty sure that they are. And so I'm just doing this series because I wanted to provide some messages from Spirit, some guidance from them, just to see how we can help ourselves to find our purpose again and value in things, love in ourselves and others, which can be really difficult. So I'm going to be using 2 decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy will be from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and at the end I'll read from the book and the Trusted Light Seers Tarot for the tarot portion of your reading. The cards have been pre-shuffled. Wait, Spirit just said light the Palo Santo to clear the energy. So I shall light the Palo Santo to clear the energy for Gemini. Clear my energy too. Okay. You wanted me to do that, so I do that. Okay, this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Oh, gosh. Okay, whole big stack fell out. I'm not gonna take it because it was like half the deck. I just want one card, please, Spirit. One card. See, it was chaotic and it's just kind of shaking something off. Maybe that's part of your message. There's something that you have to shake off. Let's see. For Gemini, I will be shocked if that same card. There's one card that was on the top. No. Okay. So we did get lucky number 13, which is the death card in the major arcana of the tarot. That's Scorpio energy. So you could have Scorpio placements in your chart or be dealing with a Scorpio. And the card says fork in the road. Isn't that something? Messages for the lost. And here we have fork in the road for Gemini. And it's kind of like, it's very funny because Spirit just kind of said, well, clearly Gemini understood the assignment. Gemini understood the assignment. These are messages for the lost, and so they're going to show you that they're at a fork in the road. It reminds me of a scene. I know that I talk about it a lot, but it's just so chock full of amazingness. The movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. If you haven't seen it, why haven't you seen it? But one of my favorite like action movies, if not one of my favorite movies, just in general. So of course, in the Indiana Jones movies, at some point, he's fighting, you know, the enemy, we'll just put it that way. And he and his father literally come to a signpost like this, the fork in the road, the directionality. You could go in any direction. And in one direction, because it takes place in Germany, so in one direction it's going to Berlin, another direction is going to wherever, right? I can't remember the other cities. But at one point, his dad is like, we gotta go this way. And Indiana Jones is like, I'm not going that way, straight into the lion's den. We gotta go this way and find the other character in the movie, Marcus, or whatever. And his father kind of has a very frank conversation with him that says, you know, we're not just dealing with child's play anymore. These are real life and death, especially with the death card referenced here with 13. These are real life and death issues that we're contending with. And it doesn't have to be as extreme or dramatic as one might think with that statement, but it could be just a matter of having this rebirth in your life, and when are you going to leave certain cycles, people, situations behind so that you can have that rebirth, so that you can move in a new direction unencumbered. And it seems like you're at this choice point right now with the fork in the road. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. The first set of cards will be, what am I struggling with? What is Gemini struggling with? The second set of cards will be, what can I do for myself? And the third set of cards, what can I do for the world? So cards have been pre-shuffled. I am only taking uprights in, okay. I am taking uprights in this reading, no reversals, as Spirit has asked me not to take any reversals. I don't know how long that's gonna last. I just want to show you, here's the death card. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but Spirit has asked me to only read uprights. So I shall comply with their request. Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my. Love it. 3 major arcanas out of 6 cards showed up in your reading. Your reading is very powerful already. I don't even have to, it's really powerful. It's giving me like goosebumps and just, it's amazing. Okay. What are we struggling with? Where are we in terms of a fork in the road? Doesn't this make sense? Number 0 of the major arcana, the Fool. Taking that great leap of faith, having faith at all. Spirit just said, having some sense of faith at all, that new possibilities exist for you, that you can jump into those magical, sacred, geometric waters. She has a crystal in her hand, by the by. She's still holding on, right? The Spirit is saying, how long do you need to hold on? When are you going to feel the confidence to let go? You know, yeah, let go and let God, that kind of thing. But it's profound, but it's even more profound than in that, because it's almost like it's as if you're on the other, it's like this is you, and then there's a counterpart you that is holding on, right? This is like your inner child, your traumas and triggers and all of the hang-ups that you have. That's the you that's in this space, this blank space right here. And it's almost like, well, if I let go of those things, who am I without them? Because they have helped me survive, right, this whole time. It's our experiences is what have gotten us through life. So who are we without them? And it's not about forgetting that you had those experiences, but it is about saying, okay, on this journey that I'm on, there's only but so much room that we have to pack. So we want to travel light. And that's what the Fool is all about. Being able to travel light. I mean, they literally talk about it in many, many definitions of the Fool card, where we can take the leap of faith and like not feel as though we're losing anything. In fact, when you start something new, you're gaining something. That you had to start somewhere. And Spirit is saying it's time for you to embrace new beginnings. But it's difficult for you because it's clarified precisely by the 9 of Wands. The wounded warrior living to fight another day. The wounded warrior. And look at how strong and resolute she is. I'm proud I'm proud of these wands that I'm holding on to. I earned these wands. I earned the right to lay claim to my experiences, to speak of them, to inhabit them. I earned that right. Sure. Yes, and yes, and. See how it's almost like they act as a barrier between you and the next step forward. So what does this look like in kind of real time? It's kind of like narratives that we tell ourselves and have been telling ourselves our whole lives that have prevented us from really stretching our muscles, our wings, to try something new. So I'm being reminded of, I have so many beautiful tarot teachers on YouTube, and one of them that I speak about often. If you are looking for just amazing, I mean, I thank you for watching me, but like if you are looking for some amazing readers, new readers, San Scripts Tarot, Cosmos High Priestess, Baba Jolie Guided Messages, Minnow Pond Tarot, I mean, Awakening to Spirit, Halen, Nila, just like incredible. There's one, oh my God, I am blanking because she changed the name of her page. Formerly I Scry with Steph. Oh my God, she's gonna kill me because I can't right now in this, because she has 2 channels. Her name is Stephanie and she's incredible. She's just incredible. She's made so much artwork that I have in my room. I've gotten private readings with her, and for some reason, just in this moment, it's not, so Spirit's kind of saying it's not about her right now, but it's like, yeah, but I want to pimp her on the channel. Not that she needs it. Anyway, all of these amazing readers. So in San Tarot's many stories that I've heard her tell over the years, she talked about this one story that's coming to my mind that Spirit's giving me. When she was little, she was asked, I think, to speak in front of a group of people, to speak in front of her class, and she totally froze, clammed up, got really scared. And from that moment on, from when she was little, she said she would never do public speaking ever again because it was so humiliating. And, you know, now she has a YouTube channel with thousands of followers. She had an old channel that had over 100,000 subscribers and started her new channel. And like, yeah, she's talking to a camera, but she's still talking to thousands of people in her own way, right? But if she had let that old narrative dictate her future, she wouldn't be where she is now. You know, sharing her profound gifts with the world. And that's just one person and one example. And so there's something within you, Gemini. There's some narrative within you that I think has been a source of, like, a badge of honor, but also something that's held you back. So what can you do for yourself? If this wasn't so appropriate for your reading today, I don't know what is. So number 13 here, and I was talking about the death card, and then it shows up, the death card number 13, and this card, this particular death card, says death and rebirth. The cycles are coming to an end, new cycles are beginning. We're having epiphanies, clarity, insight, and we're digging really, really deep. This is what you can do for yourself. Allow the change to happen. And I said, this also feels like a choice point, And the card you got to clarify the Death card, number 6 of the Major Arcana, the Lovers card. The card of Gemini. In the Major Arcana of the Tarot, Gemini, you showed up in your own reading in the most beautiful and poetic, profound way. There are only 6 cards on the table, plus the 7th card of the overall energy, right? Not a lot of cards. So in the column of what you can do for yourself to show up in your own energy is very impactful, because it shows me that you know who you are. It's not about that. It's not about the fact that you've lost yourself. It's the fact that you might feel lost in the direction of where you want to go next. You have not lost yourself. That is not what's happening. And that's not what I'm suggesting, or Spirit is suggesting that you do here. It's not about forgetting yourself, none of that. But rather using all of the parts of you to catapult yourself to the next phase of your life. There's 3 major arcanas here, right? The major arcanas are a big deal, but these are big deal major arcanas within the major arcanas, right? The Fool, the Death card, and the Lovers. Incredible. The Lovers can talk about divine partnership, divine union, but it was also known as the card of choices, choice points, just like this. These 2 cards are a perfect combination of what's going on here. It's like poetry to me, how Spirit is showing this to you. I don't know that I'm doing it justice, but this is how it feels. It feels right. It feels like, of course. We're looking into the eyes. We're staring down the potentials of our greatness. And it's open and up for interpretation. This light here feels like star energy, wish fulfillment and healing. Embodying that. Embodying the possibility, instead of being restricted by the past and what has already been. This feels like progressive, moving forward, acting, not just thinking, but acting. Actually going through the process of rebirth. What does that look like in practical terms? Sometimes we're cutting cords with people. That's very practical. Like, you are no longer good for my energy and I'm not talking to you anymore, right? That's up for you to decide. I'm not telling you that, and neither is Spirit. It's just, I'm giving you examples. It could be moving. It could be moving jobs, moving homes, moving towns, cutting cords with people, places, and things, stopping cycles, bad habits, making conscious choices, not unconscious decisions, but conscious ones. It's amazing. I mean, it's like, this isn't the end, it's the beginning. That's the message. It's not the end, it's the beginning. And there's so much waiting for you. Passion, desire. Spirit just said the word sincerity. Sincerity. It's like, go after what you want, Gemini. Go after what you want. You know what you want. What can you do for the world? King of Pentacles. I don't know if you are baller status, if you are in a place where you can be generous. If you can be generous and you have the desire to do so, then be generous. I'm not going to give away everything. Even if it just means your time, your attention, be generous. Because in a way, it will return back to you. 2 of Cups. So look on my table right now. This is how it looks. This is the minor arcana version of the Lovers, the 2 of Cups. We can see here a coming together, divine partnership and union in a material world way. This is spiritual. This is earthly. Right? When we join forces, we make magic. And it's not just about with another person. It's also about you and your higher self, your higher aspect, your soul. It's like when we listen to our soul, when we listen and heed our intuition and our calling, we occupy a space of abundance. This can also be like you lending a hand to another, like actually lending a hand, helping somebody, you know, maybe they're moving, right? It's like I said, it doesn't have to be about finances. It can be resources of another kind. But Spirit is saying it's important, right? It's like when people of different cultures or whatever, they have these tithings, like you give a portion of your income to charity or people in need. So it feels kind of like that. Like something that you're going to do that helps others. Maybe you're just going to volunteer. Volunteerism or advocacy. It feels really beautiful for you. So I'm going to read from the book now, number 13, Fork in the Road. Fork in the road. Time to make a decision. Considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. That's your reading, Gemini. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Gem.